So once we've set up our pixel and it is actually working, there are a few other things that we need to do in order to make sure that it is tracking properly. So the first thing that we want to do is have a look at these other settings along the side. We're going to click on Settings. Here we can see what our pixel ID is. We can see who created and when. We can also have a look at who the owner is. I know that this is owned by the business manager. I can come through and I can see if I'm sharing this pixel with anybody else. So if I was sharing it with another business manager or ad account, I'd be able to see that information here. And I can see a little bit more info when they're coming through. I know that my advanced matching is on, so if you have forgotten to do that when you were installing the pixel, don't worry, you can actually come back and do it here. And we can look at the event setup tool. Now the events are going to be standard events, and basically what standard events is the basic events that your campaigns would track naturally. So things like leads, page views, add to cart, search, add to wish list, payment information. Those are your standard events. If you're wanting to track something a little more off the hook and doesn't really fall into those standard events, you can set up something called custom conversions. Wanted to jump in quickly and tell you the difference between a custom conversion and a standard event. A standard event is a series of events that Facebook recognizes and tracks for your ads. So things like your add to cart, initiate checkout, your payment info, purchase, leads, if people have subscribed, all of those things are what Facebook would recommend and tracks. However, there are times that we want to track something slightly different, and in that way we would use our custom conversions. So custom conversions will track a series of events. So things like, what if I wanted to actually know not what was just happening on a single URL, but if I had a training funnel where I had my website, a ClickFunnels, and another landing page that people were going to be coming through, and I didn't want to know where people were coming to each individual URL, I would set up a custom conversion to track an entire data or an entire pool of what people are coming and having a look at. So basically, I would have my test, my ClickFunnels, my landing page, and create a custom conversion through there. Now we'll talk you through how to create those custom conversions. One of the things I do want to point out is that Facebook has actually, well, having spoken directly with Facebook, they try and get people to use the standard events more than custom conversions. And the reason behind that is this is manual coding. So you have to go in and physically code your pixel to track these custom conversions, and it's easy to make a mistake. Whereas this is easy just to go through and put your pixel in, and if you're using a WordPress site or any of those other sites, there's actually tools that help you set this up. So Facebook really does push you to use this, and unless there is a really, really, really good reason to be using custom conversions, please stick with your standard events.